Check one, check two, check one, check two. Welcome in. You already know the vibes. We are here, NBA Finals, game number one. Game number one. We are tapping in. This is going to be a very interesting series. We'll wait for all the folks to pull up. See what we got going on. We got some comments up in here. Corey's up in here early. Always appreciative. Man, I'll tell you what, there's been a lot of back and forth in the group chats about who's going to win this series, who's going to tap in, who's going to, take the crown. Is Kyrie going to get the ultimate revenge? I'm really not sure how this is going to go, to keep it a buck with you. I'm really not sure. I'm trying to keep, I don't do the whole preview thing because then you get held to it as if, your word is your bond when it comes to stuff like that. But I'm more interested in these matchups. That's what I'm about. So let me know, though. Y'all could do the preview thing if y'all want. Y'all go ahead and let me know who you got, how many games, and your MVP. Tap in below. Let me know. Drop a comment. Who you got, and then how many games, and who's your MVP. Right now, I'm kind of leaning more towards I want to see Porzingis get his just due. I want to see Porzingis get his just due on your man's Kyrie. I want to see that. I want to see Porzingis be able to get Luka back in the largest of ways. I want to see that. Like I want the whole narrative of Luka, Porzingis. It didn't work. Jake has been saying all the right things in the lead up to this. He's been saying all the right things. It just, they just had two different styles. It just didn't work. No. It's because Luka's usage rate is so damn crazy that not even Porzingis could cook next to that man. Just like Jalen Brunson could not cook next to that man. Now he's got the perfect number two in Kyrie Irving, who I've been, I got a YouTube video out for those that are on YouTube. Salute to y'all. But, I put out a video this week. Kyrie Irving is the greatest number two in NBA history. And oh man, you would have thought I said, Jordan's better than LeBron. Like you would have thought it was one of those type of things. But people were getting crazy in the comments, but we're running the numbers up over there. So appreciative either way. Just being me, I can run the numbers up. But anyway, so Kyrie or Porzingis, who gets their revenge? That's the thing I'm looking forward to. So I can't wait for this series to begin. We got tip-off about to go. This is going to be a fun one. I'm really interested. I'm going to be giving you a little bit of play-by-play and a little bit of analysis as this goes along. But tap in. I know how I do. There'll be a little recap pod the next day. But I really want to tap in more to the video side. So we're going to be live streaming. I'm going to have the little box score here for those, so I can get the stats in real time as they're happening. So I'll make sure y'all get that. And the tip-off has popped off. The NBA Finals has begun. It's going to be a lot of things to look out for. Matchups, who gets doubled, who doesn't. It's going to be a lot for us to pay attention to. So far, nothing on Tatum. Al Horford with the big drive and the slam early on. Al Horford with the game's first points. You see it here. The ABC is very fast here on NBA.com. Dallas answers with a three. Let's see how they get that three. They go down low for a post up. They kick it out. Is that Derek Jones? Derek Jones answers with the three. And now they're forcing it up. Drew Holiday knocks in a three. So now you have 5-3. You see here, Dallas just scored to make it 5-5. This action is hot and heavy. Tap in. There's a lot to go on. We're just a couple seconds behind, but I like that because I get to see who scored, and I get to watch to see how the hell did it happen. Luka getting a lot of ISO work early. Getting to work on Jaylen Brown. Easy bucket. Backs him down. Okay. 5 up. 5 up here. Game 1, NBA Finals. Tap in, like, subscribe. If you're on YouTube, follow, share this, retweet it, all that good stuff. I'm not seeing anything that stands out that's like too crazy so far. I will say that. Jaylen Brown bricks a three. Tatum with the offensive board. Kicks out to Derek White. Derek White with the three. He bricks it. Luka commits a silly turnover, trying to tap the ball to himself. PJ Washington is in the NBA Finals. I mean, PJ Washington is starting in the NBA Finals. You can't make this shit up, man. All right, let's see what we got here. Inbounds play for the Celtics. When will Porzingis touch the court? Tatum one-on-one with Luka. That should be food. Jaylen Brown drives on Kyrie. Kicks it out. Derek White, corner three. Brick City. Al Horford, the offensive board. Kicks it out to Jaylen Brown. Brick City. A lot of offensive boards. You don't like that if you're Dallas. Their whole thing has been their size. Their size. It helped them get here. And now they're giving up a lot of early offensive boards. Luka gets poked in the eye, it appears. Finally corralling the defensive board for his team. Lot of jitters early on. You would expect that. A lot of jitters early on. Tatum inadvertently poked Luka in the eye there. Joe Mazzulla, crazy eyes. Him and Bobby Portis, same deal. Crazy eyes. Luka off the high screen and roll, the 1-5. Gafford gets the offensive board, put in off the Luka miss. And you see we had the Mavericks up 9-5. We'll see how that happens here in a second. Let's see. Tatum loses the ball. Luka saves it over to Kyrie. PJ. Woo! PJ Washington with the early facial on Derek White's head top. Jaylen Brown over to Tatum. Tatum kick out, corner three, Al Horford. Easy money. Easy money. You see the Celtics are up 10-9. We'll see how that happens here. High screen and roll with Luka. Turnover. Horford. Easy dunk for Jaylen Brown. That's how they got to 10. Okay. So you're seeing a little early trap action there, potentially off the screen and roll. They're blitzing. They're blitzing and they're hedging. They're mixing up their coverages on that pick and roll. We'll see if that continues. This right here has all the makings of this whole series is going to be a whole bunch of adjustments. Kyrie's first shot, air ball. You know the crowd loves that in Boston. Drew brings it up the other way. Gets picked up by Gafford early. Drives on Gafford. Kicks out to Brown. Brown turns down the corner three. Brown to Drew Holiday lays it in. I really don't know what the game plan is for Dallas on defense so far. It's kind of hard to navigate what the plan is on defense so far. Luka high screen and roll, trying to get that switch. It's now he's got Al Horford on him. Sizes up Horford, step back three. Too strong off the back iron. Tatum the board. Tatum's looking to push it. Look like he's about to step into that three, but he doesn't do it. Tatum all the way, kicks it out, corner three, Al Horford, Brick City, Gafford the board. Or not Gafford, that was PJ. That might have been Dirk. That might have been Derek Jones. Kyrie's first shot, second shot, rolls in. Kyrie on the board. Tatum with a drive, kicks it out. Oh, Kyrie with the steal? Or they called a foul? They called a foul on Jaylen Brown. Can't really say that there's any type of game plan that's been identified by either side here. I think so far you have to look at the size of the Celtics is definitely going to be a thing on the glass. Let's see if we get a peek at the early boards so far. Where are we at here? Boards. That's the Mavericks. Mavericks only have 3 rebounds to the Celtics 6. The Celtics are doubling up the Mavs on the board so far. Kyrie sidesteps Drew Holiday, pull up Jimmy, wet, right corner. 13-12. Mavericks are up. Kyrie, after a slow start, is starting to cook a little bit. He's hit his last couple of jump shots. Kyrie leading the way with 4. Derrick Jones got a 3. All 5 starters for the Mavericks have scored as we head into our first immediate timeout. Kyrie doing a little bit of chirping. A little bit of chirping. You like that? You like that? You're expecting that type of energy here when you have Kyrie. All right. So we're in a commercial break. Let's go ahead and run down the numbers real quick for you. So far, Have y'all noticed anything that has stood out? Have y'all noticed anything? Let me know in the chat. Have you noticed anything that has stood out? So far, the Mavericks are not chucking up the threes. Only 2 threes so far. We talked about the board advantage. Only 1 turnover so far. So pretty status quo. Pretty status quo. 6 of 9 from the floor so far for the Mavericks. Meanwhile, for the Celtics, they've taken a lot of threes. Remember, it's 2 of 8. They're 2 of 8 so far. Let me see if we can get this to go on the live screen. On the live stream, let's see. Can we get that? Yep, 2 of 8. All right, you got to see that. 2 of 8 from 3, right? So never forget, during the regular season, the Celtics attempted more threes than they made twos. You heard that correct. The Boston Celtics in the regular season attempted more threes than made twos. Tells you what type of time they are on. 2 of 8 so far here in the early going. 5 of 11 overall. But that 2 of 8 number, even though they're not making them, they're going to keep shooting them. That is their MO. And they have the early advantage on the boards. We talked about it. They got 6 boards to the Mavericks. They were at what, 3? Let's confirm that. Yep, they were at 3 boards. So I like what I've seen from the Dallas Mavericks. You want to get Kyrie involved. You know it's a huge emotional thing with him returning to Boston, the whole Sage shit and all of that. You want to know that you could get him involved early. Drew Holiday is going to have to put the clamps on somebody. He's too little for Luka. Is he good enough to lock Kyrie? And is Kyrie even lockable? You could slow down Kyrie for sure. You can make it tough for Kyrie for sure. But can you clamp Kyrie? The answer is no. So how do you best utilize Drew Holiday if you're Joe Mazzulla? That's something to keep an eye on as we get deeper here into this series, because Drew Holiday is a weapon. He's a defensive weapon that you can normally seek on other guys, and he can alter how they move. But I feel he's too little for Drew Holiday. He's too Holiday for Luka, excuse me. And I also feel like I'm not sure if he's enough to slow down Kyrie, because Kyrie's got so many moves on moves and counters on counters that even though Drew Holiday, he was strong for his size, that's not really Kyrie's game. That game is not built to stop a Kyrie, because Kyrie's got fakes on fakes. You could stop him in the post. Okay, cool. He's just going to have another, spin off the left, one-handed left off one leg like that. Kyrie has practiced all these shots. So as much as Drew Holiday could really be effective here, I'm not sure who you put him on, to be quite honest. We're going to see how this goes, though. And they're back from break. They're doing the vignette, little pop for your man's Latvian world star, Kristaps Porzingis. And he is officially in the game. I feel he's the wild card. I really feel like he is the wild card. Celtics 5 assists on 5 made field goals. Jaylen Brown goes all the way, draws a foul. Who's that on? PJ Washington? That looked to be PJ Washington. Porzingis is such a, his nickname was the unicorn. And I know Nick's tape has always had a problem with Porzingis. But I think ultimately when you're looking at it, Porzingis adds defense because of the fact that he's 7'3". He's got a little bit of handle for a guy his size. He could shoot the 3, and he could bang in the post a little bit. So all of that stuff. And you can't do the Rudy Gobert thing where you put him on an island and you could Swiss cheese him up. He's better than Rudy Gobert when it comes to, being able to get switched on and be able to keep up with smaller guards. So Porzingis really is like a Swiss Army knife with what he can do. We'll see how they utilize him. Are they going to let him creep back into it, or are they going to let him cook? High screen pick and roll. Oh, Luka did a great job splitting the double there. And he gets wow, that should have been an and one to me. He split Tatum and Porzingis, took it all the way to the rim, fought off a third person, still got the lay. We'll see what Tatum does here. Looks like Boston hits a 3. Let's see how they do it. Tatum stepped into it. Tatum drives on life lead, drive and kick game. Drive and kick game. It's a lot of assists right now. Everything is drive and kick. Drive and kick for the Celtics. Get the switch, drive on the big, weak side rotation or even strong side rotation on that one wasn't there. They get the corner three. Drew Holiday matriculating down the court, kicks it out. Another three for Derek White. Oof, Derek White's hot. Okay. Derek White is hot. It's just drive and kick. It's nothing special here. There's nothing fancy. It's just drive and kick. Luka all the way. Drops it off to Derek Jones. Derek Jones with the up fake. Couldn't finish. Derek White back the other way. He's hot. He's pulling. He has to be pulling. There's no way he's not pulling this. He's hit 2 threes in a row. Gives it to Porzingis. Let him cook on Luka. Oh, up fake on Luka. Step back and the foul. Gets the foul. Porzingis to the free throw line. You know he enjoyed that. Let me size up Luka. Try to get him in some early foul trouble potentially. You love to see it. This is just simple basketball. It's drive and kick. They're getting down to the free throw area below the dotted line, and then they're waiting for the defense to collapse, and then they're just kicking it out, whether it's strong side or weak side, to wherever the help leaves. So at this point, you can't leave Derek White. I don't know what film the Mavericks needed to see, but you can't leave Derek White like that. If you're going to double off, and that's kind of the magic potion of this whole Celtics thing, is that all 5 dudes on the court can shoot threes. This isn't the Warriors thing where it was like 2 to 3 or maybe sometimes 4 dudes, and then you had one dude who couldn't, like, Looney or, the habitual nut hitter. This is all 5 dudes for the Celtics on the floor can shoot threes at all times. So whoever you leave, you're setting up an open 3. Mavericks look to get a 3 here. Let's see how they get it done. Pick and roll, Luka. They get the switch on Porzingis. He eyes up and dots a 3 in Porzingis' eye. So Celtics are going to switch every screen and roll. They're not. They look to be hedging or blitzing early, and they actually had a little bit of success with it. Porzingis creating space, knocks down the Jimmy. Telling you, Porzingis is a factor. I know folks really thought he was trash in Dallas and didn't respect the numbers he put up in Washington and all of that stuff. But if you watch ball enough, there's no way you can't tell me Kristaps can't hoop. Turnover. Luka's in a little bit of trouble here. He's trying to force the issue. PJ Washington misses a bunny on a transition lay. Tatum comes back the other way, drives on PJ, pulls it back, yanks it back. He gets the foul. Looked like he got the foul on him. PJ Washington cannot keep up with Jason Tatum. And he tried to go all the way at Porzingis. But again, great defense from Porzingis. He's 7'2", 7'3", bro. Then he could come back the other way and size you up and knock down the midi in your grill. Because who's blocking that shot? Porzingis is a weapon. He really is the wild card for this team. Tatum, they finally doubled off the catch on that screen. Porzingis misses the 3. Luka gets the board, bringing it back the other way. Mavericks can't let this little momentum take them out this quarter. They've had a good little flow to this quarter with Luka doing this thing. Luka's doing a lot of ISO ball at the top. Kyrie hit a couple of jump shots in a row. I don't think Kyrie has gotten a shot off since then. Too much Luka. Jaylen Brown back the other way, going right at Luka. Wow, how's it not a foul on Luka? Luka hacked the hell out of Jaylen Brown. He did get some ball, but I do think he got some arm as well. That's going to be interesting to see how that goes. That's going to be interesting, to be quite honest. Luka again. Going 1-on-2. Hardy bricks the lay. Luka, corner 3. Short, way short. Way short. Tatum back the other way. Drives on Lively. Goes up strong at the rim. Bricks it. Mavericks need someone to score besides Luka. Luka's the only one that has the ability to score right now. You're a little nervous if you're a Maverick fan. Kyrie back in the game. Quick little timeout for him. Drew Holiday back in the game. So here comes the games that they're playing. The game within the game. Whenever Kyrie's sitting down, you're sitting down Drew. Now you're putting Kyrie back in. Here comes Drew. So we're seeing that as a thing early on here. They're going through Porzingis a lot. You like that. Let's see what type of defense they're going to cook up. He drives right by Lively and yams it. I'm telling you, Latvian world star is a problem. This is light work. He was doing this in Washington. He was doing this in Dallas when Luka wasn't on the floor. Dallas with another turnover. Derek White back the other way. Derek White, he has to do a heat check at some point. But right now, feed Porzingis. Feed Porzingis. They're giving it to him in the paint. Bully ball. Turn and face. Bang, midi. He's 7'2", 7'3". It's all Porzingis right now. How much that man got? Let's go ahead and tap in. How much that man got? That's got to be damn near double figures. 3 of 4. 2 free throws. 8 points. 8 points, 2 boards. Couple of good plays at the rim. Blocked a shot. Kristaps Porzingis, Latvian world star, beast mode. There are people out there who were trying to, slander Porzingis. Because, I mean, look, if we go to his numbers, right? If we go to his numbers, let's go ahead and look up Kristaps Porzingis numbers. And I love that we could do this here on the fly in real time. Kristaps, there he is. Kristaps Porzingis, man. This is a 20-point, 27, 20 and 7. 52% from the floor, 38% from 3, 86% from the floor, effective field goal percentage, 59. But when you're looking at what he's been able to do, right? So we'll take the Washington years. 23 and 9. Even want to go to the Dallas couple of seasons. 20 and 9. Hey, you're looking at 3-point percentage, 35% from 3, 45% overall. I mean, those were better than his numbers as a Knick. And he was an all-star as a Knick, wasn't he? He was an all-star with the Knicks. Yeah, he was an all-star with the Knicks, and he put up better numbers as a Maverick. But there are people that will swear up and down to you that it was a failure in Dallas. Those people don't know ball. When you look at what he's able to do, again, the height, and he's bulked up. You see, he came in with a frame. I remember I was lucky enough to cover the draft the year that he came in. And I always tell the story that is still to this day the tallest and skinniest human being I've ever seen in person. I don't know what type of fabric that suit was made out of, but the man was rail thin. And I said, man, if he puts on weight, is he as good as they keep saying he is, then he could be a force. And you got to see glimpses of it as a Knick. And then his brother came involved and again, kind of screwed some shit up. But ultimately, Porzingis showed you the skill set that was like, oh, okay, yeah, he's him. And then the Knicks jettison him after the ACL injury. And he goes and recovers and he comes back and he's still a bucket. And he's still 7'2", 7'3", and he can still hit the glass, and he can still effectively block shots at the rim. But he can't play with Luka because Luka doesn't know how to feed someone that's as dynamic as a big as him. He could give you the ball and just get out the way, although he wouldn't do it with Jalen Brunson. Wouldn't do it with Jalen Brunson. But for whatever reason, he had a hard time giving the ball to Porzingis and just letting him cook. You could look at the splits, especially towards the end there. Whenever he was on the floor with Luka, he did not play well. But the minute Luka left the floor, Porzingis would cook. Coinky dink? I think not. I think not. Anyway, we back at it. Let's get back to it. You see the score. 28-20, now 31-20. Celtics are really hitting their threes here, and they take a lot of them. 3-point barrage left and right. Mavericks are going to have a hard time scoring if it's not Kyrie or Luka. Those two need to be involved. They should be taking, a key off what the Celtics are doing, which is drive and kick. Just do drive and kick. Force the defense to react, to rotate. Tatum finally gets going, hits a 3 deep. Celtics should win this series. I just want it, like I said, to start this stream. I just want Porzingis to win it because I feel he really got scapegoated in Dallas. Oh, yeah, the Mavericks are in trouble here. Kyrie hits one off the side of the backboard a la Pandemic P. Oh, Porzingis is on fire. Porzingis is on fire. My man's at the gig. He asked me if he should put Porzingis in a parlay. I said, you should put him in any and all parlays because he going to hoop tonight. He was a little nervous about doing it. I hope he listened to me. Now, Peyton Pritchard going off? Or is that Hauser? That's Hauser. Hauser chips in with a 3. This could be over soon. Kyrie's got to get something going here. No Luka on the floor. Kleber's out there. Hardy with the 3. Brick City. And there's no size out there to hit the boards. Kleber's a 4. He's a 2 or a 3 in a 4's body. So he's not going to hit the glass. So Gaffer's down there by himself. Celtics looking to close out this quarter, potentially putting up a 40-piece. And a relatively easy one, if I do say so. Oh, they get the steal here. Who's this, Hardy? Hardy with the yam. He tried to yam it and he got blocked. Who's that, Porzingis? Porzingis might get finals MVP. Another 3. They break it. Drew Holiday gets fouled or no? They didn't call it. Okay. Kristaps Porzingis, Latvian world star. It was his quarter. 11 points, 4-5 shooting, 3 boards, 3 blocks. I really hope my man's put in Porzingis. Hey, Nick's tape, are you feeling the way? That was yours. It's one of the few draft picks of the last decade y'all got right. You feeling the way? Y'all were mad because his brother was trying to, do some Rich Paul things behind the scenes. And no. Couldn't have that, right? Couldn't have that. Anyway, Rick Brunson walks in and all of a sudden y'all throwing M's at his son. But, Kristaps Porzingis' brother wants to make sure his little bro is good. And it's a problem. Ship his ass out of here. But here comes Rick Brunson. Oh, yeah, we'll take your son. Can't make that shit up, man. Nick's tape. All right. 37-20, end of the first quarter. Let's see. Can we get some game charts? Let's see. Oh, we get some shot charts. Okay. I know how I do on the regular pod with the shot charts. Let's see what we could do. All right. We'll go in a little bit more. All right. So we have the Mavericks shot chart here. What do y'all see? I see a lot of bricks from the outside. A lot of bricks in real time. You're seeing this in real time. We are recapping in real time game 1 of the NBA Finals. First quarter is done. Look at all the bunnies they've blown in the paint. All these bunnies they have blown in the paint. This is horrific if you're a Dallas Maverick fan. They've gotten a lot of stuff off on the right side. A couple of these is Kyrie. One of these is Luka. Everything here on the left is trash. Everything here on the left, including on the paint, trash. Now let's see if we can go down to Boston. With Boston, you're going to see a lot of 3s. Good Lord. That's all you see is these 3s. 3. Look at all these 3s. All these damn 3s. Corner 3s. And then even when they drive a little bit, they're getting success at the rim. In the paint, they're doing some work. So this is going to be one of those. This is the shot chart that they want for the whole series. If they could get this off, if the Celtics could get this off, they would gladly take their chances here. If they could get to be allowed, what's this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 threes in a quarter. We could do that math. That's 60 threes. That's 60 threes. 60. 15 threes in a quarter is madness. Absolute madness. All right. Can we just get Porzingis? Porzingis was hitting them from the mid post. So yeah, let's get some little Porzingis shot chart real time. So again, he's going off of, he get the middies. He got to the rim. That was that 2-hand dunk. He bricked the 3, but then he hit that heat check one towards the end of the quarter. So Porzingis is doing work, doing absolute work. 11 points, 3 boards, 3 assists. Meanwhile, if we go over here to Luka, again, this is real time. So if you're tapping in and you like this type of content, go ahead. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you're here on Twitter, retweet, repost, well, whatever Elon is trying to make us call it something different. Y'all know the deal. Retweet that. But if you're looking at what Luka was able to do, missed a bunny, made a bunny. That was that early first quarter midi. And then a bunch of threes, bricking threes. So we'll see what they do here. Action has resumed in the second quarter. Thank you for those tapping in. Appreciate it. Comment section is wide open if you want to tap in that way. Let's see what we got here. Let's get back to this side and now get back to that box score, that live interactive box score. 37-22. Mavericks down 15. That was the largest first quarter lead in NBA Finals history, apparently. Peyton Pritchard bricks a 3. Peyton Pritchard, I think his over-under was 6 points. I don't know if he's getting his Jonte Porter on, but, he's out there gunning for them threes early. Jaylen Brown's been a little quiet. Mavs are switching everything. Jaylen Brown goes left. Gets the bank shot over Gafford. Tough lay. Luka, they're also switching all of that. So Luka can go against whoever he wants. Gets it inside the Gafford. Gafford with the tough little floater hook, whatever you want to call that. Drew Holiday forcing it again. Drive and kick. Hauser, another corner 3. All the threes. Let's see if they can put up another 15 threes in this quarter. Is that PJ Washington or is that Hardy? That's PJ Washington. PJ Washington forcing the actions, being guarded by Hauser. That should be a matchup he tries to be bully ball against. But again, Luka can't leave a corner 3. You can't do that. Like that's kind of it forces your instincts. That's something that I've noticed, and it's been happening since the Warriors run. It's just guys are just so instinctive to want to stop the guy penetrating that they'll leave the corner 3. And I understand the math of it. Most guys shooting 2-point range, driving to the rim with a free lane, you're shooting about 60% and up. But them corner 3s in today's NBA are damn near at the same clip, depending on the shooter. And 3 is still more than 2 last time I checked. Man, Jaylen Brown with the gam. 44-26, the Celtics are up. Kyrie tries to answer, bricks it. Mavericks are in blowout territory right now. They are in blowout territory. Why is my phone doing that? Mavericks are in blowout territory right now. Kyrie forcing the issue, bricks the lay. Gafford fighting for the board, but there's no other Maverick in the paint trying to get a board. Cheap foul by Kyrie. Kyrie's forcing the action. How many shots is that for Kyrie now? 3 of 9. 3 of 9, 0 for 2 from 3. So you can see it here. Kyrie 3 of 9. 0 for 2 from 3. Luka, 3 of 7. So 2 dudes that were cooking, giving you 30 pieces at will against the T-Wolves. Out the gate, 6 for 16. 6 for 16 and 1 of 6 from 3 for the dynamic duo of Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. Who was it? Stan Van Gundy and I think Kenny the Jet Smith co-signed the greatest or the best offensive backcourt in NBA history. Slow down. Slow down. Pritchard, he's trying to get that over 6. He's on this Jonte. They're in trouble here. The Mavericks are 2 of 9 from 3 so far. Luka forcing the action, doesn't get the roll, but he'll go to the line. He's going to have to do a lot of that. Get that low post going. Force the action, see if the double comes. If the double comes, try to split the double. He's done that a couple of times now. How many threes are the Celtics in so far? They're at 19 threes. 19 threes. So they've taken 4 threes already in this second quarter. 8 of 19 from 3. Remember, they started the game 2 of 8. So let's do that math. They are 6 of their last 11 threes. They've hit 6 of their last 11 threes. All right, so Luka cashes a free throw. They are down 17. Derek White, who was extremely hot early on, you put him in a 2-man game with Porzingis. No switch, though. So at least the Mavericks don't switch that screen. They've been switching all the other screens. Tatum going right at Luka. Drops, but again, an unnecessary double. Oh, Porzingis bailed him out. He missed the bunny. Lively can't leave Porzingis there. Luka tries to get the rim run with Lively. Porzingis does a good job getting in the way, but they call a foul. So I guess, I don't know if that's a shooting foul. Yeah, Lively stepped up a little too soon, and he almost paid the price for it. Luka tried to get the rim run. Porzingis with the hip check to stop Lively from completing the rim run to get the dunk. They called a foul. No shooting foul. Let's see what Luka can do here, man. Luka's got to do something. It's all on him. He's the clear number 1 option. Ball's always in his hands. Drops it off for Lively. Lively not ready for prime time. Turnover. That should have been a dunk. That would have been a dunk against the Timberwolves. That is not a dunk against the Celtics. Screen and roll. Double screen and roll. They're hunting Luka. Tatum bricks the 3. It was being guarded by Luka. That seems to be the game plan. Keeps it. If the Mavericks are going to switch everything, then let's keep switching and hunt Luka. So Luka's going to have to score because he's going to give up buckets. PJ Washington kicked out 3. So at least Luka's drawing in the defense and kicking out what the Celtics were doing earlier. But PJ Washington bricks the 3. Tatum. They switch. Porzingis has got a small on him. Who's that? That's Derek Jones. He's got Derek Jones on him. Again, he's 7'3", makes the midi. He's just 2 down. It's maddening to hear people talk bad about Kristaps Porzingis. It's maddening. It's like, do you watch his games or not? Step back 3 for Luka, Brick City. Jaylen Brown going left. Ooh. He looks smooth going left there. Eventually kicked it out to Porzingis. Porzingis over to Derek White. Screen and roll. White and Porzingis, they get the switch. Hardy is guarding Porzingis. The midi is there. Up fake again. Cashes the midi. This is the Latvian World Stars game. This is the Latvian World Stars game. Bruh. And you're going to hear a lot of people say that they knew Porzingis could do this. They know they're lying. They're fucking lying. They are fucking lying. I am telling you they're lying. There's going to be a lot of hot takers saying, Kristaps Porzingis is a good player. He's an upper echelon player. They're lying because you could run the tape back from the last 5-6 years and find all those same hot takers slandering Kristaps. Slandering. They're all going to make y'all think that they knew that Porzingis had this type of game in him. They're lying. What's he's got now? 15? Yeah, 15 points, 6 of 8 shooting. Let's go ahead and highlight this man. Kristaps Porzingis, 6 of 8, a 3, 2 free throws, still 3 boards. He's got 3 blocks, 2 blocks here. On the Full Out Network graphic, it said 3 blocks, but he's got 3 boards, 2 blocks. 15 leads all scorers. Bruh. They're gonna have some explaining to do. You could have had that with Luka. If you could just get Luka to give up the rock and let somebody else cook for a little bit. Could have had him. Could have had Jalen Brunson. And you're lucky that Kyrie Irving is the most perfect second option in NBA history for that to work. That's what it took for it to work. It took the most perfect second option in NBA history to find someone who could play off of Luka. That's how hard it is to play with Luka Doncic. That's how difficult it is to hoop with Luka. You have to bring in the greatest, the most perfect second option in NBA history in Kyrie Irving for it to work. Bruh. Shit is crazy. And if you're the Mavs, you're 2 of 11 from 3. 2 of 11 from 3. Those are nasty numbers. 11 of 31 overall. That ain't great either. So they just not hitting shots. They're not hitting shots. They're still getting killed on the boards, right? 12 rebounds. Let's see where they at over here. To 24. Double up. The size is bothering the Mavericks. The Mavericks went out there and they got a whole bunch of size to help them get through the West. But so far, that size is not a factor against the Boston Celtics. 48-27. Celtics are up. 6.5 to go in the first half. This has all the makings of an easy Celtic victory. This has all the makings so far. I certainly hope not, but this definitely has all the makings. During halftime, we'll hit the timeline, see if there's anything we could tap into there. We'll hit the timeline on Twitter, X if you're still listening to Elon. So we'll hit the timeline there, see if we could pick up anything that we may have missed here while watching the game live. But tap in. Let me know what I get thinking. Let me know what I get seeing. YouTube folks, definitely tap in. Let me know. All right, we're back to game action. 48-27. Soon to be 29. Derek Jones, aggressive to the rim, gets the lay. Okay, that's how to get to 29. Okay. Somebody else got to score. Somebody else has to be aggressive and force the action. Screen roll and they switch. Horford being guarded by Derek Jones. Drew Holiday bricks the 3. He was being guarded by Luka. Kyrie back the other way. Step back 3. Oh, give it back to him. Oh, Derek Jones missed a give and go with Kyrie. Luka being guarded by Drew. Taking Drew down low. Good defense by Drew, but he did get the arm. Good defense. He was there. Physically, he was able to body up with Luka, but he did get some arm. Oh, maybe he got body. He did not get arm. I thought he got some arm. That's a tough call. Luka bricks the bunny, and he's coming up a little hobbling. Can't have a Dallas Maverick playoff series without Luka getting hurt in it. Now they're trapping Tatum. Weak side rotation was not there. Jaylen Brown knocks down the corner three. If you're going to do that, the rotation has to be there. Now Jaylen Brown just ripped Luka's cookies, takes it in for the yam. Is Bernice courtside or? Kyrie or Luka's got to get an answer here. Kleber runs into Drew Holiday. They call the offensive foul on Kleber. The Mavericks are really in they're in the blowout zone. Luka's favoring the ankle. And they're hunting him on every possession. Yeah, Luka can't move. Luka has to come out this game. Luka cannot move. They're driving right by him at will. I mean, you could do that even when he's healthy. Kyrie with the turnover, throws in the backcourt to Maxi Kleber. Maxi Kleber was not paying attention. Something ain't right with Luka. Luka should not be in this game right now. I know they're on the verge of being blown out. They're going to a 2-3 zone because Luka can't guard nobody right now. The Mavericks are in a 2-3 zone because they can't guard nobody, and Tatum just hits a three because, hello, they're playing a 2-3 zone against a team that loves to shoot threes. What are we doing, J-Kid? Luka all the way for the lay. What are we doing, J-Kid? This team loves to shoot threes. You're playing a 2-3? Now what are they doing? Wow, they're getting all the breaks. The Celtics are getting all the breaks. The Mavericks are in. They look like they're stunned right now. They are definitely in a blowout zone right now. They're taking Luka out. No, Luka's still in there. Jaylen Brown showing off that left hand kind of crazy. He's showing off that left hand. He letting y'all know he tired. He tired of hearing y'all bullshit. He tired of hearing y'all bullshit about that left. He saved the lefty package for the finals? Mavericks are in real trouble here. Luka's hobbled. Kyrie is off. He's got to do something. Luka and or Kyrie have got to go on a run. I don't trust anybody else on this team right now to go get a bucket. Luka all the way. Driving kick. Don't know why he gave it up. PG Washington, Brick City. It can't be that. They're just scrambling. Then leave Derek White again. Oh, they're lucky he bricked that three. They're lucky he bricked that three. And Drew Holiday commits a foul. Is that his second or third? How many fouls he got? So much is going wrong for the Mavericks that the only thing that could save them is Drew Holiday being in foul trouble. That's only his second foul, not his third. PJ Washington to the line. Let's see what we can do here. 2 of 12 from 3 are the Dallas Mavericks. 2 of 12 from 3. (58-31). Boston Celtics are up. 58-31. And to be quite honest, the lead could be much larger. PG Washington bricks the second free throw. Kyrie saves the ball. They need a momentum shifting play. Maybe this could be it if they could capitalize here. Luka gets the ball to roll around the rim and in. If they can somehow get this thing under 20, they're down 25 as we're heading into commercial break. If they could get this thing into the mid to low teens by the end of the first half, I think you have to be ecstatic if you're a Maverick fan. But if this thing is 16 and up, you're kind of just waiting for the Celtics to just go on another run and just kind of put you out of your misery. 2 of 12. 2 of 12 from 3. 14 of 36 overall. 39%. That's wild, bro. 15 rebounds. 28. Again, they're getting doubled up on the boards damn near this entire game. They've been doubled up on the boards this entire game. And you haven't gotten the quintessential performance from Tatum yet. He's been quiet, only 2 of 5. Jaylen Brown is starting to cook up. He's 5 of 7, has hit a 3. He had the yam a couple of possessions ago. He's been active, ripping Luka with 3 steals. Like, you're getting Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown off that MVP in the Eastern Conference Finals. He might be trying to get this Finals MVP. Between him and the Latvian world star Kristaps Porzingis, and you might even have to sprinkle in a little Derek White. That's who have really been the catalyst so far for the Boston Celtics. Jason Tatum is a plus box score plus 25 in the first half, but he's been active on the glass. You give him that. 6 boards, 3 assists. Drew Holiday, point guard that he is, 5, 4, and 4. Active in the passing lane. Good defense, as you would expect. But I think the difference so far has been Kristaps Porzingis. The difference is you got a guy that could bring in that 7'2", 7'3", that can shoot the 3, effective in the mid-range because, hello, he's 7'3". Who's going to block that shot? He could get you 3 boards. He could get you, a couple of blocks. He's a matchup nightmare. Like all the stuff that we've seen now with your Chets and your Wembys. Porzingis was one of those early adapters to that mold. I won't say he broke the mold. Wemby probably breaks the mold. But of that first kind, Latvian world star Kristaps Porzingis was that dude. A footer, a plus footer who could shoot the 3, has handle, can guard his position, and is not Swiss cheese on an island on a switch. That's why Nick's tape called him a unicorn. Because that's exactly what he was. Man, Celtics gonna get the Mavericks about the paint. How many games? If this, because I don't know what the adjustment is if you're J Kidd. You try to play a 2-3 zone against a team that attempted more 3s than they made 2s in the regular season. That to me is insufficient coaching. That is horrible IQ to think that on the fly, we're going to go ahead and switch up from man to man because Luka keeps getting hunted and he keeps giving up buckets. Oh, now Tatum's starting to cook. Woo! Tatum's starting to cook. I said he was quiet. Now he's starting to cook. Good Lord. The 2-man game of the Mavericks. Can they even keep up with this 6-7 man rotation that is all dudes that can score and score 3s? Luka's just forcing up shots. PJ Washington with the putback, 60-35. Look like the Celtics get another 3. Let's see. Is it Derek White? Nope. Porzingis. Ooh! I don't want to hear the bullshit about Porzingis, bro. I really don't want to hear anyone caping for Porzingis like they knew. Because I know the few folks who actually we're still riding with Porzingis. It wasn't that many of us out here in these streets. I could tell you that. It really wasn't. Cleaver all the way. Should have been an and one, but they don't call it because they're down damn near 25 points in the first half. Jaylen Brown cooking up. Man, get you a Bernice in your life, fellas. Get you a Bernice, fellas. And Porzingis is shooting these threes like that. That's the whole thing of what Brook Lopez has learned. It's because you're a footer, you don't need to crowd the three-point line. Bring yourself back out that far because, again, who's going to come out that far to try to block your shot? You can be able to shoot over everybody. And because you're a footer, you can shoot that long range. Like, you can shoot that far out. Light work. Dallas in real trouble. 18 points on 7 of 9 shooting for Kristaps Porzingis in the early lead for Finals MVP. Barely a quarter, 1 3/4, soon to be 2 quarters of basketball, and Kristaps Porzingis is running away with the Finals MVP. Jaylen Brown, though, is trying to hold on to that second spot and be there if Porzingis falls off over the next seemingly 3 to 4 games. The way this is looking. Kyrie's just going to have to go crazy. It's going to be inefficient, and he's not used to being inefficient, but he's just going to have to do that type of shit. Luka off the bounce. Gets to Jimmy to fall. 63-39, under a minute to play in the first half of game 1 of the NBA Finals. Luka's got 14. It's on 6 of 13 shooting. He's got a couple of boards, 3 boards, and a couple of assists. But a lot of ISO ball from Luka. Lot of ISO ball. Actually, 1 assist, not even a couple of assists, just 1 assist. Tatum eyes up a 3, Brick City. Porzingis with the back tap. Kyrie corrals it. He's looking. Kleber doesn't want to shoot it. They want to hold for the final shot. Screen and roll. They get the switch. Now they hedge. Oh, step back 3 for Luka. Money. Hey, at least Luka gonna shoot that bitch no matter what. Let's see what Tatum's got to end off the half. 63-42. Tatum. Sidestep 3. Short. 21-point lead for the Boston Celtics over the Dallas Mavericks in game 1 of the NBA Finals. Luka doing what he does best, complaining to the referees as he walks off the court. Porzingis is the story. Kristaps Porzingis, Latvian world star, former Dallas Maverick scapegoat, is the story. 18 points, 3 rebounds, 2 blocks, couple of threes, 7 of 9 overall. Kristaps Porzingis is the story. Jaylen Brown chipped in with 13 and 3 with 3 steals. He hit a 3, 5 of 7 overall. Got a little something from Tatum. Got Al Horford in the mix early on. Derek White was hot with a couple of threes. Drew Holiday, steady. 5, 4, and 4. Even Hauser gave you 6. Peyton Pritchard, again, over under was 6. 0 for 4 from 3 on his Jonte Porter. If you go to the Mavericks, man, this is where things get dicey. Because you're looking at the dudes who are taking shots. Who do you want taking shots outside of Kyrie right now? Outside of Kyrie and Luka right now? PJ Washington doesn't look like he's got anything going on. Derrick Jones doesn't look like he has anything going on. Gafford had a couple of lays early. Kyrie, 3 of 9. You like the 9 shots. You just don't like the 3 of 9 in the 9 shots. Luka has kind of steadied himself. He was off early with Kyrie, but now he's 7 of 14. So he's 50% from the floor, 2 of 6 from 3. Kyrie's the one you got to worry about because he hasn't made a 3 and he's 3 of 9 and it's been some tough shots and they seem to be putting Drew on him wherever he goes or making sure at least Drew's on the floor whenever Kyrie is out there. Jalen Hardy can't trust that. Josh Green can't trust that. Kleber can't trust that. So right now, Lively hasn't been able to do the rim run thing. Gafford either. That's not going to be a weapon in this series based off of how that first half looked. That's not going to be a factor here. That's not going to be a weapon that the Mavericks can utilize. If that's the case, then what? What's the adjustment, J-Kid? What's the adjustment? 11 of 27 from 3 for the Dallas Mavericks. For the Celtics, excuse me. 11 of 27. That's actually at a slower clip. They only took 12 threes in that second quarter. After 15 threes in the first quarter, 12 more. I mean, they're still damn near at a 63-point attempt clip. So we'll see how they do in that second half. But man, that's a lot of threes. They took 27 threes. They took more threes than twos. We could do that math. What's that, 17? They took 17 twos and 27 threes. Do we dare go to the shot chart? Let's go ahead and tap in with the shot chart. We saw how bad it looked for the Mavericks early. How does it look now? Oh, it's bad. It's still bad, and it's bad in the paint. Look at all these bunnies in the paint. Look at all these red X's. And again, this is because of Porzingis. It's because of Al Horford. It's because of the length of Brown and Tatum, even Derek White and Drew Holiday. That's why there's so many red X's concentrated in this free throw line and below area. It's a lot of X's here, right? Then you got all the threes. And a lot of these are Luka and Kyrie. See, all these is Luka. And then if I throw in Luka and Kyrie, all right, so I got to zoom out. Let's see. It's not going to let me do it on the same screen. Okay. Doesn't matter then. Together, Luka and Kyrie are 10 of 23, which sounds good. But then you have to remember, that's because Luka's 7 of 14. That 7 of 14 is helping out that 10 of 23, boy. It's helping it out a whole lot. All right, let's see where we at here with the Celtics. We'll get off the Mavericks here because that's, 18 of 41 overall. Sounds great. 44%. Sounds great. But then you look at these X's and how that was done and how that was accomplished. Hella problematic, bro. Celtics, though, 24 of 44, 55%. And again, got to go to that man Porzingis. We need Mark Jackson back on these games. Mama, there goes that man. Kristaps Porzingis, Latvian world star. Y'all see it. Y'all see it. Do not adjust your screen. I'm doing that by design. I'm spotlighting the makes for Kristaps Porzingis so you can see exactly where those shots were from. Then if I add in Jaylen Brown, let's see, where's Jaylen Brown? There he is. So between Jaylen Brown and Kristaps Porzingis, those two combined are 12 of 16. Jaylen Brown, aggressive at the rim. Aggressive at the rim. And this is kind of what you want to see when you're talking about like where you're I won't say your main player, but you want them to be in this area, right? Like you want them in that area. Get into the rim, yamming the rock. Okay, not too much out here. You don't want too much out here, but you'll take it. You want Jaylen Brown cooking here. This is where he should be. This is where he should be. Right in there. He'll give you a little corner three. That's cute. But you want him in here. This is where you want Jaylen Brown. In that paint, get busy, dog. All right, do we dare check the timeline? Let's see. Let's check the timeline. Let's see what's going on here. Let's go to sports. What do we got here? Kristaps Porzingis hasn't played since April 29th and made his return tonight in game 1. 18 points, lead all scorers, the same stats. They keep putting that third block. Where are they getting that third block from? This is the NBA's official stat page, and they only got the 2 blocks, unless they changed it. No, still 2 blocks for Porzingis. Everyone keeps saying 3. NBA is saying 2. This is something that I saw just before we got going here is that TNT thinks they can still double back and get some of the rights. It's been widely reported, widely speculated that TNT is going to lose the NBA package, but they're certainly going to lose a portion of the NBA. I don't know if they're going to lose all of the NBA because, according to this story, they're trying to get back in the mix to get some regular season games and playoff games. And if they're able to do that, then they can try to sell that to, Shaq, Kenny, Chuck, and EJ to spin the block and still do inside the NBA on TNT. So this is an ongoing thing. Nothing is, in stone yet, but TNT is certainly going to lose a piece of what they used to have in the next broadcast rights deal, and the next streaming deal, and all that stuff. But they're trying to hang on to some of what they used to have so that they could still be in the mix and still be relevant. Because let's be real, outside of hockey, which they don't even have all the rights because the Four Letter Network has all the rights, all the big rights to that, including the Stanley Cup. Unless you keep the NBA on TNT in some kind of capacity, whether it's limited games, a smaller package deal, maybe it's just one night a week, maybe it's not the Tuesday and Thursday package, maybe it's just Thursday. They're probably not going to have All-Star Game and all that stuff. That probably goes maybe to Amazon, maybe to NBC, maybe to the Four Letter Network. All those things are going to be a thing. But if they can hang on to a semblance of what they had, they can still act like they're in the mix and they can still proclaim relevance. Because let's be real, if you're not into hockey like that and TNT loses the NBA package, unless you're trying to watch Blade 3 for the millionth time, what the hell are you watching TNT for? What are you watching on TNT? So that's a big story. TNT seemingly not dead, but certainly is going to lose part of the NBA package. How much? TBD. See what else we got here in the timeline. Let's see. Let's get some Celtics stats. Celtics minutes check after the first half. Everyone's at a decent pace. Luka played the most minutes for Dallas with 21 minutes. That's equal to what Tatum did. Jaylen Brown has been on the floor the most with 22 minutes in that first half. Nothing too crazy there. This about sums up a lot of things inside Boston. I won't yeah. This is gonna be the new meme. This is gonna be the new meme. I mean, look at this man's kind of aggressive with the hand on the neck like that, but and the OG trying to holler. Yeah. This will go in the Pantheon. This will go in the Pantheon. I think this one here will add to that and will be in the Pantheon of I'm trying to holler. I'm trying to talk to you. You're so disinterested. Yeah. Yeah. Add that meme to the rafters. Put it in the rafters. A lot of tweets about Porzingis. Red Panda still out here doing it, man. Salute to Red Panda. Still out here. Never turning down checks. Look at Nick's tapes. We're still reminiscing. Yes, I remember that suit. I'm telling you that was that suit. That was the suit that I was like, I don't know how much fabric is on that. Yeah, that was the suit, man. Salute to that man. Porzingis versus the Mavs. Yep. Everyone's talking about Porzingis. Everyone's talking about Porzingis. Uh-oh. Drake put $500K on the Mavericks. What did Kendrick say? Kendrick said that man had a gambling problem, right? And you know what they say when you have a gambling problem? It's more so you have a losing it gambling problem. No one ever says you have a gambling problem when you're winning. Like, no one's ever saying, hey man, you should stop gambling because you're winning too much. No one ever says that. Like, you need to stop doing them parlays because you always hitting. No one ever says that. People say you have a gambling problem when you are losing these bets. So, I mean, your boy Drizzy, as if the L to Kendrick wasn't enough, as if the cultural assassination to Kung Fu Kenny wasn't enough. Y'all here about to lose $500,000 on the goddamn Mavericks. Waiting out this halftime, we're checking the timeline to see if there's anything that we might have missed in real time. As you see here, the little switch that they're doing. See right here, that was that give and go that I was saying. Oh, he missed him on the give and go. See, if he gives that right back, let's see if we can stop that, right? I know they're giving them props for doing the switch, right? They're giving White the props. He bites on the up fake. Once he bites on the up fake, you get the rock and you just pat it right back to him. You don't have to do a whole full catch, full pass. You can literally just pat it right back to him. Right now, give it back. Right now, give it back. Look at that space. Look at that alley to the rim. Look at this space. This is the space. Let me see. Which one is it? Is it this one? Yes. Look at this space right here. And he's not giving him the rock. He's waiting too long. Even now, the ball is securely in his hands, and he's still not giving him the ball. Why is he not giving him the ball? Brown is not even there yet. Tatum's not there. All this lane is there. Make Al Horford take that step. By the time Al Horford decides to sag, now you take that three. Derrick Jones, you take that three now, because now Derek White's going to fly at you, or at least pump fake. You could pump fake because all this space now. Horford has committed. Once Horford commits, you got to make your mind up. He decides to bring it back out. Reset. Swing the rock. It didn't make a lick of sense. You had to play. Kyrie gets Derek White to bite, creates the space. Now White has to recover. Hit him with an up fake. Give and go. This is elementary basketball. Give and go. Give it back to him right there. Right there in the pocket. No, you hold on to the ball too damn long. And look where he's got the ball. How's that not a carry? How's that not a carry? You have to carry just to get the ball back into this position. Anyway, second half has resumed. We're back at it. 63-44. Mavericks come out and get a quick bucket. Luka continuing to get to the rim whenever he wants. $63-44. Looks like a three is coming for the Celtics. Let's see how that occurs. Brown over to Tatum. Tatum to Derek White. Corner three. Money. Starting off the second half like they started off the first half. Derek White 3 balls. Luka Doncic trying to go 1-on-5. He might have to. Kyrie on Drew. Took the shot. It was an air ball, but Gafford lays it in as if it was an alley-oop. Drew Holiday is definitely being physical with Kyrie Irving. Derek White, another 3. Bricks it. They at least get the board. Derrick Jones was going to give that ball to Luka. Luka's like, yo, dogs, take this shit up. It's one of the few times Luka doesn't want the rock in his hands. But guess who's got the ball now as soon as they cross half court? Luka trying to get a two-man game, but there's no switching, but he's going all the way. Begging for fouls, not getting it, not getting back on defense. He's trailing the play. Now Derrick Jones had to guard Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown bricked the three. Kyrie bringing it up. Drew Holiday's being physical. He gets by Drew Holiday, little floater, little push shot for Kyrie goes in. You want to see more of that quick offense. They got to get the pace going. They got to get the pace going here. 66-48. They have gotten it under 20. They have gotten it under 20. Chip away. They get a steal. Luka, cross court, swinging it to Kyrie. Kyrie open, bricks the three. Gafford fighting hard for the offensive board, but doesn't corral it, falls out of bounds. Celtic ball. That was an open three for Kyrie. Kyrie now what? 0 for 3 from 3, 4-13 overall. He's got 8. Jaylen Brown showing off that left hand. Tatum and Horford, two-man game. Horford with the midi. Bricks it. Luka can't squeeze the pill, but Kyrie can. Kyrie looking to push. Pushing off on Drew. Stopped and popped. Bricks it. Drew Holiday the board. Drew's pushing it back the other way. He stops and pops. Nope. Kick over to Derrick White. Derrick White three brick. That's 2 open corner threes for Derrick White, and he's missed them. He made those in the first half. Luka now, two-man game with Gafford. They got the switch on Horford. Luka's trying to go at Al Horford with threes. I don't know how smart that is. Luka took a charge. Luka Doncic took a charge. Alert the authorities. Luka Doncic took a charge, and it took him about 5-6 seconds to get up from the ground. 5-6 seconds to get up from the ground. I don't know why Luka's attack on Al Horford is to get to the step back. Yeah, that was definitely a charge on Jaylen Brown with Luka Doncic. Definitely a charge. Mavericks are hanging around here, but they got to score. Don't even have 50 points. We're about to be halfway through the third quarter. Kyrie on the switch. He's now got Derrick White. Dribbles the ball off his foot. Kyrie is discombobulated. He might have to resage the building. Kyrie might have to resage the building. Derrick White with the hustle board. Beat PJ Washington backdoor to out-hustle him for the board. Yeah, Kyrie might have to resage the arena in Boston because he's got some bad juju with him right now. He's dribbling the ball off his foot. He's had some bad communication stuff with him and Maxi Kleber. Wide open threes aren't going in. He might have to resage the spot. He might have to bring the sage back, run that back. Game 2 is tomorrow, by the way. He might need somebody to come fly that in. Fly that into Boston. Get some of that good sage. That organic sage. He might need some of that before game 2 tomorrow. Derrick White with 13 points, 4 assists, 4 of 9 shooting. Kyrie again. Kyrie gets by Al Horford, lays it in. I won't say the Mavericks are hanging around because they're still down 18. But if they can get this thing in that 12, even 13, 14-point range, then you're one good run away. That's what Luka should be doing. What Kyrie just did to Al Horford, where you size him up and then you blow by him, that's what Luka should be doing. But Luka, when he gets to switch on the Al Horford, he's out here trying to do step backs and shit. Tatum off the switch, goes right at Lively, but throws the ball out of bounds. Try to get it to Tatum in the corner. PJ Washington bringing the rock up. PJ Washington with the lay. They need a lot more of that. And the Mavericks, I guess you could say that this is a run. I guess you could say this is a run. They got it down to 16, down 21 at half. Keep chipping away at that lead. Now got it down to 16. Hit that commercial break. Let's see what we got here. Luka, 8 of 17. Kyrie, 5 of 14. 0 for 3 from 3. This is where we at. Luka's got 19. Kyrie's got 10. PJ Washington with just the full court, the coast-to-coast lay-in. He's got 8, 6 boards with it. So the board advantage, let's see, 24. Where the Celtics at? 34. They're trimming the board. See, again, rebounding is a real thing. I know people like to look past certain things and focus on 3-point offense, pace, certain things like that. But some other things are also tried and true. The team that controls the glass usually wins the game. I think there was like a 80% clip with that stat. Like if you won the battle on the boards, you won 80% of your games in the playoffs. And right now, the Celtics were doubling up the Mavericks early on here in the first half. Now in the second half, the Mavericks are making a concerted effort to hit the glass, and they're trimming away at that once surmountable lead, not only on the scoreboard, but also when it comes to hitting the glass. Appreciate those that have pulled up. Appreciate those that have tapped in. We've had a good, consistent amount of people tapping into the content, so always appreciative of that. I still can't believe Derrick Jones didn't really give my man's Kyrie the give and go. That was just so bad, so egregious. Anyway, let's see what we got. Yeah, see Kyrie with the ice cold move here. It was pretty, but this is what Luka's not doing this. He's getting the switch, and that would have been a step back 3. Let's mute that. That would have been a step back 3 if that was Luka. He would have got the little push, and then he would have stepped back. Right here would have been the 3 if that was Luka. But because it's Kyrie, and he's got Al Horford on skates, I'm going to take you to Empire real quick and get this lay. I'm going to clap boards on the way up as well. If you know, you know. 6 turnovers for Tatum. At least 3 were unforced. Low energy start to the second half for the Celtics. Okay. Salute to Angel Reese. Double-double. Light work. 5 steals. Okay. Cook up. All right. Let's see what we got here. We back in game action. Not yet. It's a long commercial break right here. This was a longer break than usual. All right. Salute to those who have pulled up. Do appreciate the look. Do appreciate the ones that have been consistently tapping into the content. Waiting for this long-ass commercial break to be over with. This is by far, it feels like the longest break of the night so far. Coming out with some Jason Kidd sound in the locker room. That looks to be, is that halftime? Or was that pregame? Probably halftime. The lead is 16 for the Celtics. The lead is 16. Derek White stop and pop. Short, Luka with the board. He's looking to push it. Early offense. If he wants it, he gets to switch on to Al Horford. Does he do like Kyrie and be aggressive? Yes, he does, and he gets the lay. See how easy this sport could be? Kyrie gave you the blueprint. Drew Holiday being guarded by Derrick Jones Jr. He's too little. Derrick Jones Jr. too little. He got too wide in his base. That allowed the switch off of. Luka's hurt again. That'll be the worst drinking game ever if you do the thing of, drink every time Luka appears to hurt himself. You'll be fucking blackout drunk by halftime. Drew Holiday, too big for Derrick Jones Jr. Derrick Jones Jr. is about 4 or 5 inches on him. Luka's always beat up, man. All right, the Mavericks were chipping away here. Still down 16. They are hunting Al Horford. Al Horford now goes to the bench. Porzingis, the star of the first half, is now back in there. PJ Washington's trying to get aggressive, and he draws a foul. Again, somebody's got to do something if you're on the Mavericks. Kyrie's off. You can't trust that. Not right now, anyway. We know Kyrie could cook up. He's had games during this run where he's put up 15 in the fourth quarter. So we know what Kyrie could do. But to get you in position for Kyrie to go off in that fourth, somebody's got to go off right now, and it can't just be Luka. And I got PJ Washington stepping to the line, hitting free throws, cutting it to 15. PJ Washington now in double figures. Lead is 14. Lead is 14. Let's see what the Celtics can do here. They haven't really shown a lot of energy. They haven't really shown a lot of effort early on in this quarter. Pick and roll up top. They call Lively for the foul, being a little bit too aggressive with Porzingis. Yeah, way too aggressive with Porzingis. He won't even let Porzingis get near Jaylen Brown to set the screen. Tatum with the tough lay goes all the way to the rim. Lead back to 16. Luka, step back three. Derek White rushing at him. Doesn't matter. Bottom. Lead is now down to 13. Again, if they could keep it in this range, that 12-13 range, and get this thing into the fourth quarter, let Kyrie cook up. Luka's going to have to put up a 40 piece to keep this thing within striking distance. Jaylen Brown bricks a three. Celtics are very off coming out the gate here in this third quarter. Can the Mavs keep taking advantage? Kyrie with the three. Brick City. Didn't follow his own board. If he follows his own board, he might get the offensive board. Kyrie did not follow his own shot. Probably gets the board if he does. Lead is still 13. Porzingis is being guarded by Luka on a switch. Porzingis faces up. Luka gets the rip on Porzingis in the paint. Big possession here for the Mavericks. They could cut this to single digits if they do it right. Kyrie gets into the lane, hits the midi. Long range not working. Get into the lane and hits the middies. Now down 11. Can the Mavericks get back in this game? Jaylen Brown on Lively. Kicks it out to Drew. Drew a corner three. The Celtics are not hitting their corner threes right now. Where are we with these numbers? 12 of 34. 12 of 34. Kyrie's going to have to get into the midi range. The long range is not working right now. Get into that midi. 8 of 16 this quarter. 1 of 7. Luka, another three. Let's go. Down 8. Down 8. Whoo. We got a game. Ain't nothing to it. We got a game. Pick and roll. They're not switching. Jaylen Brown did not get back in time. Bottom. Luka Doncic with 27. He's 11 of 20 from the floor, 4 of 9 from 3. Oh yeah, we know how the timeline reacts when Luka starts to cook up. When Luka starts to cook up, we know the timeline goes crazy. Celtics were once up 29, so all the way down to 8. Let me know what y'all think. Can they pull this off? Certainly right now, you're looking at something right now in regards to the threes are falling for Dallas and they're not falling for the Celtics. Is that something that can be consistent through this? I'm not sure. But right now, there's not a lot of offense for the Celtics outside of drive and kick. And that shit was cooking in the first half. But right now, it is not. It is not. Wish we had we should have a third quarter box. Game chart. Can I do? Yeah, let's do third quarter. Third quarter. Yeah. The Celtics are 2. Let's get this right. 2 of 10, 20% in this third quarter so far. And you've seen where all their shots are. Corner threes. And even more threes. This is what their shots are so far in this third quarter. And this is what has allowed the Dallas Mavericks back in the game. They've missed 3 corner threes and 3 other threes. So 0 for 6 so far. They got that one here. So 1 for 7 from 3 in this third quarter. Again, I'm going to keep repeating this stat because it really just sounds crazy every time I say it. They have attempted more threes than made twos. This is how the Boston Celtics win games, and this is sometimes how they lose games as well. Meanwhile, for the Mavericks, they're 9 of 17 in this third quarter. And they've made a couple of threes. But the main thing is they've gotten to the rim. Look at all this in the rim. This is middies. This is getting to the rim. That's how you get back in the game. Like, these threes matter. Like, Luka hitting these threes matter. But those threes don't mean shit if you're not cooking up down here. If you're not cooking up down here, then it don't matter. And they're doing a little Luka vignette coming out. Salute to those pulling up. Checking out game 1 of the NBA Finals, Boston Celtics and Dallas Mavericks. Celtics were up 29 points at one point, and they have tricked it all the way off almost, as they are now only up 8. So, and the Mavericks commit a dumb turnover. Lively grabs the board and try to clear it and swing some bows, and apparently in the process, he traveled. I mean, yes, he definitely traveled, right? But yeah, I mean, he definitely traveled. I mean, there's no way to justify that. What's the play design, Joe Mazzulla? Another pick and roll. Jaylen Brown into the teeth of the defense, forces the action, gets a foul on Lively. It looks like he'll be going to the line. So I don't know what type of play call that was, but it was basically just do another pick and roll, see if they switch, and if they do, and you're again on Luka, drive right by Luka because Luka is food. Yeah, Lively did not do the rule of verticality on that one. He went up with body and arms just flailing all over the place. Lively, 13 minutes, 0 points, 4 fouls. Not ready for prime time. Not ready for prime time. Derek Lively so far. Okay. Mavericks are still within 9. Drew Holiday is now on Luka full court. That means Kyrie is being guarded by Jaylen Brown. They're trying to get the switch. Kyrie stops, turn around. They call it travel. Yeah, they call it travel. Yeah. The shot was there too. The shot was there. The move worked, but he had to take an extra step to get the shot off. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he definitely picked up the pivot. These are 2 bad possessions in a row for the Mavericks when they're trying to get this lead to within 5 or 4. A couple of possessions. Driving kick for Porzingis. Bricks it. Another missed 3. Porzingis still crashes. Tatum gets the offensive board. Porzingis cuts, dives to the rim. Nobody picks him up. 2-hand slam. Celtics, just like that, back up to double digits, 11-point lead. Kyrie cannot buy a 3. He just needs to go to the middies. During that run to get the Mavericks back in this game, he was able to get to the middies. Oh, they're hunting Derek Lively. Derek Lively's got 5 fouls. Derek Lively's got 5 fouls, and he might get teed up if he keeps talking shit. Derek Lively's got 5 fouls. And it's just, he's just doing weird shit. Like he's like, what the fouls he's protesting are fouls on any level. Like he's not doing anything that would make you think it's the rule of verticality. He's not getting his Roy Hibbert on. You got to get Lively up out of there. Damn, do they have to dust off Dwight Powell? Is Dwight Powell going to get some minutes, or it's going to be Maxi Kleber? Probably Kleber. But Kleber's not a big. Lively to the bench. Dwight Powell still wearing that warm-up. So it's not Dwight Powell. It is Kleber. And quiet as kept, the Celtics are back up 13. So 0 points, 5 fouls in 14 minutes for Derek Lively. Not a good showing for the Rook out of Duke. They keep trying to do the rim run thing that ain't working. Kyrie takes a step in, dumps it off. Derrick Jones gets blocked at the rim by Jaylen Brown. Great block. Tatum to Horford. Horford pull up 3. Whoa, that was a nasty break. Side of the backboard. Luka Doncic all the way. He's being guarded by Al Horford. Step back, sidestep 3, Brick City. Porzingis, or was that Hauser? Hauser comes flying in with the board. The Celtics have quieted the storm. Mavericks have tricked away the last 4 or 5 possessions. Jaylen Brown swings it. Drew Holiday to Tatum, top of the key. Money. They're up 16 again. The Mavericks tricked off about 4 or 5 straight possessions, doing absolutely nothing productive, and it allowed the Celtics to build the lead back up. Commercial break. 80-64. Celtics were up 29. They tricked it off and got the lead back down to 8. Only 4 bad possession after bad. Matter of fact, let's go through the play-by-play. Third quarter. Let's see. Where are we at now? All right, so we're going to go possession by possession to when they cut it, right? All right, so they get it to, this is when they get it to 8. Close that. They get it to 8 here, right? Tatum misses a layup. They come back down. Lively traveled. Turnover. And what do? They commit a foul. Brown goes to the free throw line. He makes 1 of 2. Luka Doncic gets the defensive rebound off of the Jaylen Brown miss, but then Kyrie travels. So that's 2 straight possessions, right? Porzingis gets the cutting dunk. We saw that with the 2-hand gam. Kyrie missed the 3. Come back the other way. Another Lively foul, right? And then they come back. Jaylen Brown hits free throws. Derrick Jones tries to go for the yam, gets blocked. Horford misses a three. Luka gets the board. Then Luka takes the three. He misses. Then another miss for Luka. So it's been about 5-6 straight possessions of nothing. Nothing for the Mavericks when they were right within striking distance, doing all that hard work to get the deficit down to 8. 80-64, coming up on 90 seconds left, under 90 seconds left now in the third quarter. This is a game of runs, and then when you have a team on the ropes like that, for both ways, when the Celtics are up 29, you got to put the hammer down. Blow this team out your gym. But then when you're the Mavs and you work so hard to get that lead back down to potentially 8 within striking distance, and then you're taking pull-up threes, step-back threes, you're traveling, you're missing dunks at the rim, you're getting blocked, that's what allows the better team, the more skilled team, the more talented team to build their lead back up to 16. Corner 3, Al Horford, money. That I don't know if the Mavericks can do another run in them like how they did to get back in this game. It's back up to 19 now. 11-0 run for the Celtics. Jaylen Brown blocks a shot by Kyrie. I don't know if they can chip away. I don't know if they have enough time to chip away like they did earlier. I'll say this, Kyrie's been way more successful in this second half getting past Jrue Holiday than he was in the first. Jaylen Brown, 16 points, 3 steals, 2 blocks, 5 of 9 from the floor. He's been very active, very, very active. He's been the best Celtic not named Porzingis in this game. Gafford over to Kyrie. Kyrie with the left-hand lay. Blows the bunny. Long night for Kyrie, where he's at now. 6 of 19. 6 of 19, 0 for 5 from 3. 6 of 19. Luka's on the bench. He's 11 of 22. He's the only Maverick that you could say has played up to his level. Literally no other Maverick can say they've played up to their level tonight. Jaylen Brown straightaway 3, money. Yeah. I'm almost about to say this game's over, but I don't want to do that because they could go on a crazy run like they did to get back in this game, but they're on blowout watch. They're on blowout watch for sure. Kyrie, drive, Kleba. Who's this, Tim Hardaway Jr.? Gafford with the offensive board and the attempted putback, and he gets fouled. Yeah, this looks to be like they had a chance. They had a run in them, but it's not looking good for the Dallas Mavericks. They had a chance. They were in that mix. They were for sure in that mix. But we're looking at Luka with 27 and Kyrie's only got 12 and PG Washington is next up with 10. And the bench has done next to nothing. 4 points, 4 bench points. 4 bench points. Bad game all around for any Maverick that's not named Luka Doncic. All right, let's see what the look. They're up 21. They're up 21, bro. It'll be 20 with this free throw. Gafford with the free throw. They're up 20, 86-66, 14 seconds left. Let's see how they end off this third quarter. Tatum against Derrick Jones Jr. Drives by him, kick it out. Horford to Hauser. Jaylen hanging in the air, bricks it. End of the third quarter, 20-point lead. They were, oh man, they had a chance. We had high drama. Jaylen Brown, 19 points. Porzingis with 20. Luka Doncic with 27. We head into the fourth quarter with the Dallas Mavericks down 20. They were down 29. Then they were down 15. Then they were down 8. And then they tricked off the next 5 possessions and allowed the Celtics to build their lead back up to 16, and now it's ballooned back up to 20. Horrible, horrible, horrible. What's the timeline saying? On April 23rd, who wins the NBA title? Denver was the favorite. Second highest favorite, the Boston Celtics at 27%. That was a 14-0 run that they did. That was a 14-0 run when, you see the homie Greg Larned's in the house. What's good, Greg? The homie G, Chatted Up Sports. Support them. Tap in with them. Celtics in 6, okay? I mean, I could tell you right now, G, if Kyrie plays like this, and obviously we're assuming he's not, but if Kyrie plays like this, I don't know if he gets to 6 games, bro. I really don't know. I would want it to get to 6 just because that means more hoop. I'm always here for more hoop. But you're looking at man's right now, 6 of 19, 0 for 5 from 3. You know, he's got the 3 turnovers, but I'm not really too concerned about that. But one of those, I think 2 of those turnovers actually came in that spell midway in that third quarter when they cut it down to 8. They cut it down to 8, and they had a chance there to really get back in the game. But man, they tricked that off, and the C's were able to build that lead right back up to 16, and now it's back up to 20. It's going to be interesting. I really wanted to go 6 games. You know, part of me wants Kyrie to get this ring. But I also don't want to hear the narratives around Luka either. So it's like, you know, damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? But I think seeing Kristaps Porzingis go off, seeing Nick Vans having to see a dude that they had in their own gym and they got salty about because his brother was doing shit like other guys do in this league. Kristaps Porzingis' brother was moving like Rich Paul, was moving like all these guys that are like shadow agents behind the scenes. And the Knicks gave up on a player that potentially could be putting the Boston Celtics in line for yet another championship. Let's see what else G is saying. Struggling. I'm shocked KP is playing as well as he is coming back from the injury. Well, here's the thing, right? Like, I truly believe if the Celtics had a tougher foe in the conference finals, Porzingis was going to play. Like, Porzingis was good enough to play, like, for sure, like, without a doubt. And I think the main issue is that, you know, they didn't need him against the Pacers. Like, they still got the Pacers up out of there in a sweep without even needing Porzingis. So I think it was just more rest. I truly believe if they needed him to play, he would have played through his injury and been out there if they really needed him. But since you didn't, now you got him fully rested. And you, as a Knicks fan, knows the deal. You know how Porzingis can get when he's cooking. 20 points on 17 minutes. Let's see if the Mavericks could make a game of this. G tapping in. He was never going to be a great Knick. Never had the team around him. I mean, low key, I could say that about Jalen Brunson. Like, is that a great team that's around Jalen Brunson? But I mean, I see your point. I think the thing about it is that, and me and you have talked about this, you know, numerous times on all the platforms you've had over the years. It's the Knicks don't build well through free agency. They build well through the draft. And unfortunately, Porzingis is one of the few draft picks that they have actually gotten right. They just didn't invest in building around him once they realized. I mean, he was an all-star. He was an all-star. And they still didn't decide to build a team around him. Like, it was weird. Greg, there's more talent there now. I think that's debatable. I mean, let me see. Do we have time? I mean, look, this game, still a 20-point lead for the Celtics. I'll keep y'all interested, but let's go ahead and look at those Porzingis' Knick teams. We'll go to the All-Star year, right? That was year 3. Year 3, let's look at that Knick team. Hornacek was the coach. So no matter what talent's on that roster, that talent did not have any chance because Jeff Hornacek was the fucking coach. Okay, so let's just start there, right? Jeff Hornacek was the coach. So that's a huge asterisk against the legacy, the Nick legacy of Kristaps Porzingis. All right, let's see who we got. Michael Beasley, Trey Burke, Enos Freedom. I believe he was still Enos Cantor at that point. Tim Hardaway Jr., who's also on the floor playing in the NBA Finals. Willie Hernan Gomez, Jared Jack, Courtney Lee, Dougie McDermott, Moutier, Noah, Ntilikina. Okay, here's the dudes that got to play some, that really got some run. Lance Thomas. I mean, look, is this a great roster? No. Is this roster so much worse than the current Nick one? I mean, it ain't that far off. I mean, in my world, it's not that far off. I mean, who got a lot of run on this team? Let's see. Ntilikina, Callow Quinn, Courtney Lee, Beasley, Lance Thomas. Let's see. Are the Mavericks trying here? Nope. They're still tricking bunnies. Porzingis clearing the board. They're still up 18. All right. A couple of minutes into the fourth quarter. Just making sure we ain't missing nothing as I break down the Nick years for Kristaps Porzingis. Thanks to the homie G, Greg Larned out there, Chat It Up Sports. Tap in. Let's see what we got here. So, all right. So that All-Star year, that year, that roster was not great, right? Let's go to that second year at. So yeah, Jeff Hornacek as his coach. He had Hornacek for 2 years. Wait, was it all 3? Oh yeah, Derek Fisher and Kurt Rambis. Oh, he was snake bit. Oh, come on. I don't look. There's no way Porzingis could have been a good Nick. He had Derek Fisher, Kurt Rambis, and Jeff Hornacek as his coaches. It's a miracle he put up the numbers that he did. And this was just still the Melo tenure. The last of the Melo years with Derrick Rose, Brandon Jennings, Joakim Noah. Like, this is a good squad. This is a good squad. Okay, you had Melo giving you 22 and 6. And Porzingis was still able to give you second year in the league 18 and 7 on only 14 shots, 15 shots a game. And was hitting threes at a good clip, 36%, 45% from the floor. Luka's hobbling, by the way, but nothing that appears to be too serious, just your normal Luka Doncic hobbling. They're down 17, 88-71. It's like they didn't invest to build around him. Yeah. I mean, they didn't build around anything. I mean, when you have Jeff Hornacek for 2 years and then Kurt Rambis and Derek Fisher before that. That team was cheeks, bro. I mean, yes, that third year, that All-Star year was definitely trash. But this second year is not trash. When you got Melo, Porzingis, Derrick Rose, Courtney Lee, Noah. That squad's not trash. That squad is comparable to the current Knicks squad. But the point is made, he didn't have a lot of talent around him. I'll concede that. But he also, even if the talent was there, Jeff Hornacek was your coach. Phil Jackson was your exec. In his rookie year, he had Derek Fisher and Kurt Rambis. So, I mean, he never had a chance. Mavericks are now down 18, 90-71. I don't see a run. Luka just got picked by Derek White. Derek White gonna give it up? Nope. Takes it all the way. Peyton Pritchard's still out here trying to get that bucket. He was a 6, over under 6. Mavericks, I won't say the white flag is being waved, but the fat lady's starting to warm up a little bit. 30 points for Luka. 12 of 24 from the floor. Kyrie, 6 of 19. It's more about the Celtics right now. Let's focus on the Celtics. So, how many guys in double figures? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 players in double figures. Derek White with a good all-around game, 15 and 5. You're looking at 21-5 for Jaylen Brown with 3 steals and 3 blocks chipped in. Tatum, don't even need him today, but he's got 6 turnovers. That might be something to worry about later in the series. But right now, 13-9 with 5 dimes. Just a solid all-around team effort. Solid all-around team effort right now. Celtics putting that hammer down on the Dallas Mavericks. Front office and coaching was cheeks too. Yeah, I think those are the 2 more imperative things than the team, to be quite honest. Because Phil Jackson was just there to steal James Dolan's money and to put his mans on. He put Derek Fisher in there. That was a horrible thing. Then he had to go get his other mans to come in there just to finish out the season, and Kurt Rambis. And then he went out there and doubled down on horrible coaching hires by getting Jeff Hornacek, who literally no one ever thought had acumen to be a coach ever. No one who watched Jeff Hornacek play thought, you know what? He might make a good coach one day. He was never that type of dude. But lo and behold, here comes Nick's tape, handing the reins over with a young Latvian world star, the unicorn, Kristaps Porzingis, and wasting 2 years of his career. Appreciate G tapping in. Appreciate everyone that's been able to tap in. We're trying to get through here to the finish of game 1 of the NBA Finals. I thought we had a small window to where this could really be a game. And the Mavericks, that third quarter, where they threw away the ball, traveling on Gafford, or was it Lively? Traveling on Lively, traveling on Kyrie, breaking threes. They had that small window there where they cut the deficit to 8 and was within striking distance. And then within 5 possessions of just turnovers and bad shots, they turn back around. The lead has doubled back up to 16, which then stretched to 20, which is now comfortably where we're at now, where it's going to stay in that 21 point range. And I'm not sure about the Mavericks right now, man. I mean, game 2 is tomorrow. What changes do you see in store? Let me know. And, me and Greg sharing the brain. He's asking me the same thing. What needs to be different for Dallas in game 2 for what you've seen for them to be more competitive? I mean, I could give you a cliche answer and say they just need to make shots. I think that's more so about Kyrie. I think Kyrie took way too many threes. I think there was opportunities for him to get into the lane, to get some middies off, some floaters off that could have gotten him in rhythm. When Kyrie's off, much like Ant-Man, when Ant-Man is off early, he needs to have a couple of easy ones for him to get back in rhythm. He's a rhythm player. And at times, Kyrie could be that. And I think tonight, whether it's the pressure, whether it's, wanting to go extra hard because he's back in Boston, he just didn't have it early. And he needed to get some easy shots to get him in rhythm. So from a performance perspective, I want to see that for Kyrie. It's just to get into the lane, force the action, draw some fouls. Now, schematically, defensively, that's where I see a lot more issues, because the size advantage that they had against the Timberwolves, the size advantage that they have, exercised throughout the Western Conference playoffs, that doesn't seem to translate here. Those rim runs with Gafford and Lively, those are not going to work in this series. So if you're taking away the rim run, what can those 2 7-footers do? Not much offensively. So I'm not saying go small ball, because they got destroyed on the glass tonight. It was really bad in the first half. They've done better in the second half, but they got destroyed on the boards in the first half. No one on that roster that's a big can do anything but rim run. Kleber's not really a big. He's a guy that can shoot threes, more of a perimeter, finesse guys, touch screens, pick and pop type of dude. But outside of that, like, the defense, to me, the offense is your offense. You can't change it. It's Kyrie and Luka taking turns cooking. That's your offense. The defense, to me, is where the issue lies, because they overcommitted too much. They overswitched. And when they were bombs away from 3, the Celtics, that is, when they were bombs away from 3, the Mavericks switched to a 2-3 zone and allowed more threes. Like that was one of the most weirdest. Like I was like, did they get the wrong call? Like, did they get the signal for a 3-2, but they thought that signal was for a 2-3? Because why on earth would you play a 2-3 against a team that attempted more threes than they made twos in the regular season? So for me, it's schematic G in the sense of the defense needs to be way better, way, way, way better in regards to being active. The penetration, the weak side rotations, even some of the strong side rotations were just not there. The lack of effort. The blowout consisted of they allowed so many threes because they allowed one penetration to just collapse their entire defense. The whole defense would collapse to the inside, to the interior, which left corner threes open all over the court. Gee, yeah, 2-3 doesn't make sense in that regard. Can the Dallas D be better though? I don't know if they got the horses. Um See, the problem is like Lively is getting bullied by Al Horford. They probably didn't think that would happen. I could have told them that was going to happen, but they probably thought that was not going to happen. Daniel Gafford is better than Derek Lively right now, but he also provides you nothing in regards to scoring or anything like that. So for the Mavericks to win, the formula is a simple one. Luka goes off, Kyrie goes off, role players give you something. Right now, as we're looking at this screen, we have Luka that went off for a 30 piece, 30 and 10. He did his job. 30 and 10. Only one assist because it was a lot of ISO ball. But he did his job. 30 and 10. Kyrie did not do his job tonight. 6 of 19, 0 for 5 from 3. Only a couple of dimes. He had more turnovers than dimes. So not a good game for Kyrie. And then you're looking at PJ Washington, who, just recently hit double digits when the game is out of hand. He gave you nothing. Derrick Jones gave you nothing. That's not the formula. The formula for the Mavericks is Kyrie's unstoppable, Luka's unstoppable, and then even PJ Washington could put up a 20 piece. The defense, I don't think they have any answers. It's not a good defense to begin with. The only good thing about their defense is Derrick Jones is good on the perimeter, and Gafford and Lively are active, making it difficult to score at the rim. I wouldn't even call them shot blockers, but they just know how to make life difficult at the rim. Yeah, this game's over. It's 175. It's under 5 minutes left. This game is over. The Celtics are going to take a 1-0 lead in game 1 of the NBA Finals. I don't know if it's white flag time, but I didn't see Kyrie or Luka on the floor right there. So it could be white flag time. Play out the string. 175. So yeah, I'm not sure. Gee, have you seen anything? Because to me, I haven't seen anything that makes me think, potentially Dallas can do something different. I don't know what else they can do. This is what got them here. Let's go back to that last series. Where's Dallas at? 5 seed. This is what got them here. Series stats. So let's look at what they did against the Timberwolves, right? Look, you got Luka going for 32 and Kyrie for 27. You got Luka going for 30 tonight, but Kyrie has not been good shooting the ball tonight. He's nowhere near 27. He barely cracked double digits. So that's a huge chunk that's missing. That's a huge chunk that's missing from your normal production. And then you got your PJ Washington chipping in with 12. And then you got Gafford chipping in with 10 and Lively with 10. Like getting 20 to 21 points from your bigs, essentially off of rim running, and now you're playing against the Celtics, and I don't think they've gotten that. They maybe have gotten one or two successful rim run plays in this whole entire game. So you're getting nowhere near 27 from Kyrie, and you're getting nowhere near the 21 you was getting between Lively and Gafford. That's why you're getting blown out. That's why. Gee, no, you're right. It's just Luke and Kyrie. They might have the best play in this series, but Boston has the better team. Yeah, and that's kind of been the Celtic thing this entire series, this entire season, is that they got Marcus Smart up out of there. They got Grant Williams up out of there. And in a weird way, they were able to improve on that. Drew Holiday is better than Marcus Smart in every sense of the word. Drew Holiday is a better basketball player than Marcus Smart. Whether you want to go just the continued evolution of Derek White is better than Grant Williams, you could certainly go there. Or I could just say, should I, hey, Kristaps Porzingis or Grant Williams? That to me is a no-brainer. Kristaps Porzingis is a better basketball player than Grant Williams. So you had two guys off their bench that were like really, really vital to the core thing and gritty guys and tough guys. And you were able to get them up out of there and get two better basketball players. So like what we talked about earlier here is that, at any time on the floor, they could have five guys who could shoot threes. Like every dude on the floor for them can shoot threes. When you're talking about you having, Horford, Drew, Tatum, and Brown, and then whether you're mixing it in with Derek White or Hauser or Pritchard or whoever, all five people on the floor can shoot threes. That's the difference. The Warriors stuff was more if they had four guys on the floor at all times who could shoot threes. The Celtics are one-upping that and say, no. Every single person we're putting on the floor can shoot threes. That's hella tough to defend. Like, especially when you have Luka, who we know does not play defense. You're bringing in a Maxi Kleber who does not play defense. Josh Green, Hardy, So there's not a lot of guys who play defense here, especially like one-on-one type shit. Like Derrick Jones is the only one who I would trust. So I'm not sure what they can do here, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, Kyrie looked like he's done for the night. Kyrie's got that look in his face, and I'll ask this question now that I know, especially G is here. Does Kyrie put the call in for some fresh sage to be brought to Boston? Does he need to restage? Because whatever that first staging was, it might have worked for the last couple of years, but I think he needed to resage the spot, resage the TD Garden. Tatum's got at least 6-7 turnovers. How many turnovers does he have? 6 turnovers for Tatum. Porzingis probably does not end up being the leading scorer, but those 20 points set the stage in this game. And we'll see if that's the thing that we could say in a few games and say that set the tone for the whole damn series. They're still down 20. Mavericks are down 20, 100-80, under 4 minutes to play. White flag has been waved. No Kyrie on the floor. No Luka on the floor. Dudes are just playing out the string. So in that meantime, let's see what we got in the chat. Homie Greg still active in the chat. Always appreciative of that. Everyone was burying Boston for having a cakewalk of a playoff run. They weren't tested. They're just a better team. Like you said, they've upgraded. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I think when you're talking about the one bugaboo against the Celtics over the last 6-7 years, or this whole Tatum and Brown era, is that, hey, what if Tatum's not who we think he is? and we're living and dying with that. That could be a problem. Like again tonight, he's got 16 points, 10 boards, took 16 shots. But I mean, this wasn't vintage Jason Tatum. This wasn't quintessential Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum played like a third option tonight. And the Celtics are so good that he could play like a third option and they're still winning by 20. And then you're talking about Jaylen Brown, who, again, we still hear the whispers, he's got no left. But guess what? He developed a lefty package. He's got some handles with the left. He played good defense. He had more energy than anybody on Dallas. Jaylen Brown is probably, I thought if Porzingis would have had a good second half, I could say, look, he's the leader in the clubhouse for Finals MVP. But I think with what Jaylen Brown was able to do here in both halves, I think he's the guy right now. Jaylen Brown is the favorite for your Finals MVP. Celtics have 6 players in double figures. You can see it here. 6 players in double figures. With Jaylen Brown leading the way with 22, Porzingis with 20, and everyone else in the teens. And shout out to Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday, I was a little skeptical if he could bother Kyrie with his style of defense. And he definitely did in the first half. Second half, less so. But first half, he definitely bothered Kyrie. So that was something that I wasn't sure if that could really affect Kyrie. It did. It without a doubt did. And I think even Kyrie would admit that in the postgame. Appreciative of all the folks that have pulled up, whether you're watching on the Elon app or if you're watching on YouTube. Really do appreciate it. I plan on doing this for every finals game. So if you want to tap in, subscribe on YouTube, follow on the Elon app, all that good stuff. It is almost over. Dante Exum's on the court, so you know that means white flag. Dante Exum is on the court. You know what that means is white flag. They're still down. They're down 21. Make that 23. Greg, and you're speaking a lot about defense. How about Brown's defense tonight too? Nah, for sure. Nah, I think the biggest thing was activity. I think his effort led to a lot of that. He had the 3 steals. He picked Luka's pocket a couple times, especially in the backcourt, picking him up full. 3 blocks. Yeah, I think Jaylen Brown really, again, we keep being force-fed the whole Jason Tatum thing. Even today, again, dressing up like he's Kobe. I don't know if that was a real thing or not. I know it was a few years ago when he did it, but apparently he spun the block and kept that outfit in, wore that in today because that man really think he Kobe. Cosplay Kobe is what I call him. Cosplay Kobe. And that man really went out there and tried to, act like he Kobe. And he's never done anything outside of a couple of handful of, Eastern Conference playoff performances that would resemble anything that looks like Kobe. Just because you practice with Kobe, just because you idolize Kobe, that doesn't actually make you Kobe. Like, you know that, right? It doesn't really actually make you Kobe. 107.84 coming up on 90 seconds left in the game. Man, this is really going to be a rough series. This is really going to be a rough series for the Mavericks if they can't get anything out of both Kyrie and Luka. It is so imperative for what they do that both those dudes are cooking. And look, the Celtics ain't stupid. They know that. They know that. So Drew Holiday took it upon himself to make sure that he locked in and made things difficult for Kyrie. And Kyrie played well in the second half, but I think in that pivotal spot where they were down only 8, he took an ill-advised 3. Then he also committed a travel. Then Derek Lively traveled. Luka bricked the 3, and then next thing you know, the Celtics are back up 16. That to me was the game. That was the game to me. Does Pritchard, who was a 6.5 over, was it 6.5 or 6? I don't know if it was 6 or 6.5 over under. Pritchard is on 4. He is 0 of 6 from the floor. He's got 4 free throws? No, he's got no points. Sorry, he's got no points. All right, this game's about to be over. 107-89 will be your final score. Cosplay Kobe. Yeah, bro. Cosplay Kobe. Like, that man keeps dressing up like he Kobe. Everywhere he goes, he keeps dressing up like he's Kobe. Keeps wearing the armband 24 like he's Kobe. And it's like, all right, man, it's cool to idolize someone for a little bit. It's cool to, him and Kobe obviously had a relationship as well. So I understand that. But there comes a line where, don't you just want to be Jason Tatum? Don't you just want to be Jason Tatum? It's a wrap in Boston. Game 1 goes to the Celtics. Final score 107-89. I'm sure there's going to be a lot made of the Porzingis performance. I'm sure the Jaylen Brown performance will be talked about. I'm sure people are going to be right up in Kyrie's grill asking him what the hell happened. And what the hell happened was 6 of 19, including an 0 for 5 from 3. That's what happened. So that's going to be something to pay attention to. Let's see if we can hit the timeline real quick before I bid y'all a good night so I can be ready to run this whole thing back again tomorrow. Luka Doncic is the first player with a 30-point double-double in the finals debut since Tim Duncan. Cool story, bro. Yeah, not much there. Not much there. It's like a lot of stuff will be done in the post game. Salute to those who were able to pull up tonight. Really do appreciate it. We're going to take this thing as far as we can. We're definitely going to be here for every game of the NBA Finals. At least that's my plan. Hopefully you will be here to join me as well. Oh, you getting it done? Boomer Sooner. Let's see if we could pick apart some plays here. Yeah, see, he picked Luka's pocket early. No, just kill that audio. All right, so let's take a look at Jaylen Brown's performance, right? Screen and roll. Here comes the screen. Easy to see. There it is. It's coming. But he attacks it. He fights it. He sees it coming, but he does not take no for an answer. Gets in between that. Fights through the screen. You can fight through the screen and not foul. It is possible. And then that forces the steal or Luka losing the ball. And then it's off to the races. So this is going to be a thing here. Jaylen Brown. And hey, he went left. Remember all that talk, right? Can he go left? And I was one of those people. Over 300 million, you can't go left? Okay. Here's him all left hand. Now again, he's dropping against Luka, which is no hard feet, but still goes left all the way through. Pick and roll again. This is simple offense. Pick and roll again. Hunting Luka Doncic. Hunting Luka. You want that switch. Every time down, I want that switch. Derrick Jones Jr. or Luka Doncic? I want Luka Doncic guarding me. Let me set this screen because the Mavericks are going to keep right on switching. Now I got Luka ISO'd up. And then I could drive right by him. Get him ISO'd up. Again, left hand cross. Get back now to my strong hand. And now I'm yamming on fools. Now we got him catching corner 3. Closeout don't matter. Again, I'm picking you up 3/4 court. I'm not going to let you get all that little cute shit off. Hands active. Poking away. Take it all the way in for the tomahawk. Quintessential Jaylen Brown performance. And again, this is against the footer. Daniel Gafford's a footer. And he went up with 2 hands. It's very difficult to block someone that's trying to dunk with 2 hands. And Jaylen Brown was right there. Great performance for Jaylen Brown. And then again, right to left. Ha! Cash money. Again, left hand, spin back to the right. Lay. Excellent game. Excellent game for Jaylen Brown. What Porzingis and Derek White started, Jaylen Brown finished. All right. Let's see what else we got. Let's see if we get any more highlight packages that we could break down real quick. Yeah, I know I always love breaking down film. It's kind of what I do. Any other film? No other film, not yet. All right. Well, might have to call that one a night. I appreciate all of y'all that have pulled up. Be sure to lock in. We'll be right back here. Make sure. Oh, the game is Sunday? I thought the game was tomorrow. Why did I think the game was tomorrow? All right, so the game is Sunday. Okay. Yeah, then I could definitely. All right, so I'll see y'all Sunday. I thought I was going to be here tomorrow. All right. Well, for those that are on YouTube, I'm going to have a video dropping about Josh Gibson. And it's highlighting some of the things that some of the things that MLB has integrated Negro League players and their statistics, and it's kind of shaking up the record book. So I did a video today, and I kind of want to chop it up and edit it and put some of that fly little stuff around it to really kind of highlight how important and vital I think this move by MLB is. MLB is not NG here in the chat. Is a big time baseball guy, scout, play ball at a high level, coaches it, has coached it on various levels as well. And I think he'll back me up on this. Getting the Negro League stats integrated into MLB stats goes a long way for not only validating the league, but preserving the legacy of the league itself. It is on my bucket list to get out there to Kansas City to the Negro League Museum, to tap in over there, as well as to hit Cooperstown as well. This is not an either or thing, but for those that are interested, I'm going to be dropping that video hopefully tomorrow if I get all the editing done, but certainly in the very near future, certainly before the weekend is done, worst case scenario. So thank you for those that have pulled up. If you want to tap into that type of content, you can go ahead and subscribe on YouTube. Twitter, you always know Twitter is like my favorite social media app, so I'm always going to be there. Greg tapping in, that's what you're doing back to your high school days. Yes, sir. That is how I got into this whole sports media thing of breaking down tape, scouting my high school team, because my best friend was on the team and he wanted my opinions because he knew my basketball mind even before others did. And he wanted to know what the hell I thought, and was scouting the games and scouting my own high school's team, scouting the players on the team and giving breakdowns and trying to give that to the coach of the team, and seeing him not being too thrilled with some of my feedback. But it is what it is. But it spawned something in me when I was able to spread some of those notes around, and people would read the notes and be like, oh, yeah, no, I see that. Oh, that's dope. I didn't realize that they were doing that to us. Pause. So, like, yeah, that's kind of where the whole thing of studying the game on a deeper level began back there in high school. Yes, sir. Breaking down that film. Always looking for a vital chance to break down some film. So that's why I like doing these live streams, and because it allows some of these clips that I probably couldn't do in other ways without some of the copyright stuff to pop off, so I could kind of break it down sneakily on the low. But yeah, definitely appreciative of everyone that pulled up tonight. Game 2 is on Sunday. So we got a couple days break here. I really thought it was going to be back to back, but all right, cool. I will see y'all Sunday. So for those that want to tap in, hit the YouTube subscribe if you haven't subscribed or haven't followed on the Elon app. Go ahead and follow there because the plan is to be able to stream to both of those places at the same time throughout the entirety of the NBA Finals. So whether you're on the YouTube side or whether you're on the Elon app side, I hope to bring this type of content right here to you. We're about 2.5 hours in, and we still have a good amount of folks out here. So I'm appreciative of all of those that are on the Elon app, appreciative of all those that are on YouTube as well. So I will catch y'all on Sunday night. We'll do the same thing. We'll run it back. I'll have some time to go check out to see how this looked. Do I like how this looked? Do you like how this feels? All that type of stuff. So I appreciate y'all. And I will see y'all for game 2. Sunday, 8 o'clock or 8:30? Let's see. Let's get all that information out the way so I know how to set all this up. I believe it's 8:30. No game scheduled, of course. All right. Y'all know what it is. Whenever that game is, I'll be right here. Sunday, probably. 8 o'clock. Okay. See? There we go. That's why we check. So not 8:30, 8 o'clock on Sunday. All right. For me, the Sam D, this has been a special edition of, I don't know if this is the podcast. I don't know if this is Timeline T. I don't know what it is, but appreciative of all those that have pulled up and contributed into the chat or just checking it out, sharing the content. And I'll catch up with y'all very, very soon. Sunday, 8 o'clock Eastern, right back here. All right? Peace.